This is a finished painting of Polperro. The texture's done with tissue paper applied with PVA glue. And here's a close-up so you can see the texture a bit better. What we've got here is a drawing of St. Ives on the canvas. I've drawn it with water resistant ink, and I've also got some PVA which has been watered down so it's a bit runny, it's not too thick. So I'm going to paint over this with PVA. What I've also got is some tissue paper, just plain white tissue paper, which I'm going to scrunch up and then flatten it out again. Make sure your piece of tissue is big enough to cover the whole of your drawing, because you don't want a seam across the middle. So let's I'm painting around the sides as well. I want the sky, the sea and the sea here to be smooth. I don't want any texture on those. In fact, I've put some glue on the beach there, but I want that flat, so I'm going to wipe that bit off. Right, now I'm going to put the tissue on. Sticking it round the corners. And then I'm going to cut as best I can. I'm going to cut the excess tissue off. Cutting very well there, so we'll just tear this bit instead. It will tear with your nails if you get an awkward bit. Just pull those bits off and push those bits up a bit. Make sure you flatten it down and don't leave any air bubbles. I'm not too worried about the chimneys there sticking up above, because you won't notice when I've painted it. And then I'm going to leave it to dry. Right, this the PVA and tissue is dried on here now. So what I'm going to do is give it a very light coat of white paint. It's got to be quite thin because you still need to see through it, and it also needs to be zinc white, or what they call mixing white, because if you use titanium white, it is so dense that you won't be able to see your drawing through. It only has to be a very thin coat. All you're trying to do is seal it, and it doesn't matter if you go on these bits here, because you're going to paint the sky anyway, and the sea and the beach. So all you want to do is get a very thin coat over where your drawing is, well, where the tissue is mainly. If you don't seal the tissue, when you try and put washes on later, it will just soak in very fast, and it's very difficult to control. Don't forget to go around the corner where you put your tissue before. I just check, tilt your canvas sideways so you can see you haven't got any dry spots, and I have. I've got one there, but all the rest is covered now, so I can leave that to dry.